Good evening, collective. How are we? My name is Riley. My spiritual name is Berve, and I am also known as the Goddess Illuminated in my coaching services. If you're new here, welcome. Um, I'll give you a little rundown on what this channel is about because right now these readings are to call in our collective. So I was inspired by the divine. It's taken me nearly a year to get onto it, but I've been a reader for years, and um, I am trying to help instantiate the new Earth Kingdom. And I'm doing that in my own personal life in a lot of ways, which we'll get into a bit more on the channel. But for now, I want to focus in on you guys. And, you know, I want to try to help the 144 call themselves onto their life purpose, because we all know that we've been put here for a reason, right? We know that we've incarnated into this difficult time and place on Earth. And the reason for that is because we're here to change the energy and the vibration and to make long lasting changes about the timeline here. So I did a reading for you earlier this morning, and unfortunately, Mercury retrograde, the audio in that recording did not take. It was my intention to do a voiceover because the reading was really good and made a whole lot of sense. But then when I went to do the voiceover, I just wasn't feeling motivated. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? Let's just re-record the whole reading. And it's probably not going to be the same reading. Obviously, time has changed. The energy's changed. But I'll give you an overview of what's going to happen tonight, wherever you're at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a past, present, and future reading, and it's all about the challenges and opportunities that we have to get onto our highest vibrational timeline. Now, when I pull these sections, at the bottom I start with the earth energy, then I do emotional, then I do fire or transformative energy, and then I do air. So I'm reading the cards in their position, given those elemental dignitaries. So let's just get into it. I'm going to sit back. My head might get cut off. I'm trying to come up with an optimal table chair size solution so that you guys can see the cards, and if I want, I can lean in and have a chit chat with you. But we'll get it all sorted out. I think the most important thing is that at least I've gotten started, right? So here we go. So we'll start off here with the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And one thing about this deck is I just picked it up the other day. Let's see if there is a way I can get in so I can have a chat with you. Like, I feel like it's a bit funny when my head's cut off. I picked up this deck the other day, and I have not covered the illicit pictures. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll come up, maybe they won't. I actually have to go through my decks. I've got a couple of decks. It's sitting in my storage locker, and just really, really intense. One of them was divinely inspired, and my grandmother sent me on a very interesting mission to get that deck. That's a story for another day. So let me just settle down a bit and remind myself that what we're doing here is we're pulling together our soul tribe. This is the past energies. These are the energies that are going to be the cause of why we are coming together in this collective to support each other on our life mission to instantiate the new Earth Kingdom, which, as you know, if you've watched my last reading, I like to call it the New World Order, because I like taking back some of the terms that we use when we're discussing things. You know, the World Economic Forum really stole those words from us. And I spent a lot of time in the Indigenous communities here in Australia. And one of the things that I learned from the grandmothers is that when we speak things, we speak them into existence. And so I'm happy to use the words New World Order, because the New World Order is our world order, and that is what we're taking back. And all right, let's think about this transformative energy here. Transformative energy in the past, what has happened for us? What challenges and opportunities have driven us here? All right. So in the element of earth, we have the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is about contracts, and a lot of times they're actually spiritual contracts, or they're contracts that are very quite spiritual. So that's all I really have to say about that for now. In the element of water, our emotional state, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. So this tells me that these contracts that were put in place in the past have not led to us feeling very rich, very fulfilled, in a very material or like 3D type of way. The element of fire, we have the Three of Wands. So what that tells me is that we are now on a truth-seeking mission, and we are looking for something new. We're looking to see what new ships can come in, and our thoughts about this process are the Six of Swords reversed. So it tells me that right now we are sort of feeling a bit stuck, because the Six of Swords generally means moving on, moving from a bad situation to a better situation. In the reverse position, it tells me that right now we're feeling a little bit stuck, or in the past we've been feeling a little bit stuck, not knowing where we're going or how to get there, probably just spinning our wheels a little bit. Now let's move on and talk about the present energies of the collective. So we want to talk about what we want to ask the universe and ask our guides about is, what is it presently that is guiding us? Let's look at the elements that are guiding the collective in the current moment. These people that feel like they're part of the 144,000, the people that feel like they're here on a mission. What does the universe, what does Spirit have to say about our current situation? What about the element of water? What does Spirit have to say about the element of water for our collective? And what about fire? What sort of transformative energy? And air. What about the element of air? All right. So in the element of earth, we have the Five of Swords reversed. Five of Swords is a card of You know, it can say one person. Sorry, I'm just making sure my computer does not turn off. So the Five of Swords is typically one person winning out at the expense of the other two. And look, in life sometimes that happens, right? We don't always all get our own way. But when it's in reverse, to me this is saying like that this is like a malicious act of one person winning at the expense of other people. And so to me this is calling attention to, you know, the disparity right now between the rich and the poor, the wealthy, the haves and the have-nots. And I think that a lot of us are driven into this collective because we realize that this situation is something that's intentional, right? It's not like it's just come about because of poor systems that we have in place. The energy of, or in the elemental position of water, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is somebody who's perfecting their craft. It's somebody who's doing something over and over again, hoping to get it right. So I asked why we're being driven into this collective together. And I think what this is saying is that for a lot of us, we have been working on our crafts, right? Where we know that we have a mission here on Earth. And we've been working again and again and again. And in the element of fire, we have opportunity reversed. So it's like we're working over and over and over again, and we're spinning our wheels, and we're not really getting anywhere. So the point of this collective is so that we can support each other with our gifts, with our passions, to get things moving. And in the element of air, we have the Four of Wands. So that tells me that the people who are joining this collective are here because we know that working together is a portal for us to achieve our goals. Now let's have a look into the future. I want to know a bit about the future energies of this collective. And I want to say a lot of people read and they say, oh, their readings are timeless and this and that. These are not timeless readings. This is a new channel and I am trying to call in a collective. This reading is probably only going to last for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Excuse me. And the energy will change and the dynamic will change as the channel grows. So I want to know about the future of the collective energy over the next 6 to 8 weeks. What is it that we're going to do? How are we going to work together to grow our collective, to support each other in instantiating this new earth, this new world order, this new positive. I've got so many jumpers right now. I feel like, no, okay. And what about the elements of air? This collective over the next 6 to 8 weeks. All right. Okay, so in the element of the Ten of Wands, we have, or sorry, in the element of Earth, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is like almost reaching our goal, but still having so much more to go. With the High Priestess in the emotional or water sign, this is telling me that, you know, there's wisdom in knowing that we're burdened right now. We know we've come so far, but we've got such a long journey ahead of us. And this high priestess has the wisdom of knowing that, you know, she's just sitting on her throne. She's not moved by the challenges that are in front of us. In the element of fire, we have the hermit reversed. Hermit is typically somebody who goes within, somebody who is spending time in isolation. And so what this tells me is that obviously this collective is coming together to come out of isolation. Now, in the element of air, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold, but one of my favorite readers says that it also means not calling attention to your weaknesses. So I feel here that what we're doing is we're becoming unburdened with the wisdom of knowing that if we come out of isolation together, we won't call attention to our weaknesses as we're putting this plan together. All right, we're gonna get a bit more information here. So I don't know if have even any channel views yet. I've only put out 2 videos. So I really want to be focusing right now on who's going to be coming in, who's going to be watching these videos, who's going to be clicking on these videos and deciding that this sort of collective, these sort of readings are really going to help them. So our readings are going to focus on practical tips, intuitive knowledge, suggestions for meditations. All right, let's go through and clarify these past positions. All right, with the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Wands. This is a beautiful 6 of Wands. You know, it's quite different to the traditional Rider-Waite, right? You see here, this sort of looks like this burnt up, old, you know, an area where there's no growth anymore. And you see this beautiful butterfly that is emerging from what seems like this desolate space. So this contract that's been in place here on Earth for a long time, the people who are joining this collective understand that the contract is this desolate place. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to propel people to turn into this butterfly and to move forward into the 5-dimensional space. With the King of Pentacles reversed, we have the Empress. So we were saying here that we've been feeling emotionally void. We've been feeling like our ships aren't coming in. We've been feeling like we're not seeing the emotional satisfaction that we could see here on Earth. And with the Empress as the crossing energy, the reason that we're drawn to this collective, the reason that we're coming together is because we know that Earth is supposed to be a fruitful and bountiful place. had it there. One thing you guys should know about me is that I used to be an avid poker player, and so obviously you don't want jumpers when you're shuffling playing cards. So this method of collective readings, normally I do personal readings. I'm just gonna have to get used to trying to allow the cards to jump. All right. With the Three of Wands in the area of transformation, looking for truth, we have got the King of Wands. Or sorry, not the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. They call it the Son of Wands. So what this is saying here is that the people that have come here have this inspired energy, this inspired spark of motivation to find their truth, seek their truth. The Knight of Wands is all about that creative spark, and I'm hoping that this channel is really a creative spark for us to all come together, because like this Hermit energy and the Five of Pentacles is saying, you know, when we're working alone, it's really, really hard to achieve things. It's so much easier to achieve things when we work together. All right. With this past energy of feeling stuck and feeling like we can't move on and we're not going anywhere, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles was in reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles is about, it's not just about being independent, it's about being skilled and being able, you know, in the traditional Raider way, she's growing those grapes, and that means that she has all of the skills necessary to grow those grapes. Now, what this is saying is that, you know, we don't have all of the skills by ourselves. There was 144,000 of us called in, not because any one of us is able to do the job. We're here to work together, and we actually have to start coming together in order to get the job done, because we each have our own bit of our own ingredients to add to this the plan that's the recipe. And what else can we say about the present energies? Looking at our emotional state, looking at our emotional drivers for coming and joining this collective. And what about the element of air? Present state. Okay. So currently we know that this is a system that's been put in place, and it's not like it's just fallen into place. The rich are getting richer because there's something going on here. And of course our clarifier is the Father of Swords. So it's just saying that we look at this owl. It's like, we see you. We know what the fuck is going on. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and we were saying there that, you know, we were working by ourselves again and again and not getting anywhere. The crossing energy here is the Hierophant. And I think what this is saying to me is, like, the Hierophant can mean traditional institutions. But to me, and I don't always read this card this way. To me, this is like some evil crow that's holding the key to the universe and sort of laughing at us. And I think that we see that we're spinning our wheels. We see that we're working away and we're not getting where we want to go. And because of this lack of opportunity coming in for us, we have the Eight of Cups. We need to move on. We need to move on to something better. We need to move towards this portal. And with the Queen of Cups, we need to move towards this portal with the energy of love and opportunity. Look at the stars in the back of this. At the back of the swan. To me, we need to be focused on positive emotions about this opportunity of coming together and working together to achieve more. Okay, let's clarify the future. The next 6 to 8 weeks for this collective. The element of emotions, the next 6 to 8 weeks. In the element of emotions, clarifying this, High Priestess. Clarifying the Hermit reversed. In the future, transformative energy. What else can you tell us about the transformative energy? Okay. So in the past we were saying, in the future, in the earth element, we're saying, okay, we're at our breaking point. We have gone as far as we think we can go, yet the house in the background is still a little bit further. This collective is offering us a Two of Cups. It's a chance to come together in union, to work together. We've got the Three of Wands reversed and the Seven of Wands. So the High Priestess is our energy. It's that wisdom, it's that intuition. It's not really being swayed. Well, what this is saying to me with the Three of Wands reversed, Three of Wands is looking for your ships to come in. And this is a Three of Wands reversed is potentially those ships not coming in. But what this Seven of Wands is saying to me is that we're going to keep our flame burning. We're going to keep our candle burning bright. This energy right here, the High Priestess has the wisdom to know that nothing is built in a day. Coming together is going to take a bit of time. And we're going to hold this energy and this light around us, knowing that this is part of our destiny and this is what we need to be doing right now. So even if it takes a bit longer to call in our collective and to get everybody on track and in the right spot, we're still going to work towards it. So these last messages here were about coming together so that we don't call attention to our weaknesses, coming together so that we can pool our talents and skills together. The clarifying message was the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Wands. And what a great message is that. So it says to me that our wish to overcome this system of control is going to have a spark of success. I am really happy and grateful for everybody who's clicked on this video, for everybody who's interested in bringing their skills to the table to change the systems of control that we have. So, right now, it feels a lot like I'm reading for myself, but this is our soul tribe, and I'm doing the work of the reader, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other readers that join our channel, and I welcome that. The more the merrier. That's the spirit and the energy that I have with regards to bringing everybody together, right? We all have our own mission, our own piece of the pie, and in order to get the full pie, we all have to come and add our ingredients in. So I'm really excited to be meeting everybody that's part of this collective and to be working with you. I think it's really important that we have long, lengthy discussions about our philosophies, about what we see coming in for us in the new earth, to talk about what it is that we want and how we're going to get there. Part of this is going to be, this channel is going to be putting together a plan, right? Knowing who's got what skills and what we can do to work together. And I'm so happy to actually get started, because I made about 12 videos in January, February of this year, and then my life just got a little bit chaotic and I had to focus on other things. And in the back of my mind, it's like, all right, you need to call in the collective. You need to be working on getting everybody on the same page. You need to be reading for people who feel like they're lost and aren't following their life path. So I'm really excited that I'm now doing this, and I know you guys are doing this as well, because if I'm doing readings, it means that you guys are online looking for readings about your life path, about actually taking action towards turning this machine around, because I know we can do it. That's why we're here. I kind of laugh and giggle about it sometimes, because when you know, right? When you know that you're here on a mission, when you know that you're here for a purpose, And I will be doing a reading in the future about protecting our energies, because I went through some serious spiritual warfare. We're talking black magic, entities attacking me, just some heinous things this year, as I got myself into a position to be able to start this channel. And when I say in a position, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. So we will be talking about protection. In fact, I think I will make that our next reading. But I want to end this reading, and this is a deck that it's the Archetypes deck, and I'll be reading from the guidebook because I'm not too experienced with this deck. I've probably got about 20 decks that I'm really, really familiar with. This deck was given to me by a beautiful, beautiful lady and a friend, and her part of this mission is so sweet. She is looking at creating like creches where women help other women with childcare so that it lightens the load and people can sort of get back into the workforce. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Beautiful mission, and I'm so happy to have her on our soul team. I actually should just put out the call. I'm not really good with socials, so I need to put out the roll call to some of my tribe and see if they're ready to join the channel. So what I want to look at now is this is sort of what we need to look at this week and what we need to focus on in terms of what we're bringing to the table and what it is that we're looking to get out of the channel. Spirit, is there any other message here that we need to know? Are we pulling 2 cards or 3 cards? I thought we were pulling 3 cards. Are we pulling 2 cards or are we pulling 3 cards? Is there one more card that needs to come out? Nope, that's it. Okay. Okay, so we have the Destroyer and the Animal. Kind of fitting that my spiritual name given to me, actually that name was given to me by 4 separate swamis in India, and none of them knew each other. So I'm gonna post a bit of information about my spiritual path and my spiritual journey, but I just want to start to get the readings going. Drive people into the collective and start sharing. Let's take a look at the Destroyer. The Destroyer, 107. The Destroyer, the final of 3 archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It is part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happiness in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The Destroyer has arrived. Oh my goodness. All right. So I guess this week we want to meditate on what it is that we need to destroy, not just externally to us, right? A lot of what we focus on is the external, but we need to also be focusing on the internal. So what is it in us that needs to be destroyed? So I'm trying to think of where I can put these here. Okay, the destroyer. All right, the animal. Actually, I want to pull. I just had the intuition to take a look at for the collective. Let's pull. All right. Ooh. All right. I pulled the root chakra. So when we think about what it is that we need to destroy, not just externally to us, but again, we're focusing the internal. I pulled the root chakra. I am safe. I am connected to nature and my environment. So maybe going out into nature and spending some time feeling held by Mother Earth while we think about what it is that we need to be tearing down in our own lives so that we can start on our life path and start expressing ourselves in our highest vibration. It's okay to go out. When I talk about some of the challenges that I've had this last year, I spent about 3.5 months by myself out in nature. I'm talking about camping, like, you know, I enjoy camping, so it's not a big deal, but like we're talking about in a swag. For those Americans who don't know what a swag is, it's like a little tent that lies down close to the ground. It's like a single solo man's quick pop-up tent. I needed to do that, and I had to cut off a lot of people in my life so that I could pull my energy in. Reading for a collective and establishing a collective takes a lot of energy. You have to know, you have to really have good grounding practices. You need to make sure that your sacral energy is clean because you can take on the energy of the collective. That means that you can potentially take on their karma. So I had to figure out a way that I could work with other people, work for the collective, and to keep myself spiritually pure. And those were some really, really challenging lessons. But, you know, here I am, and I'm here to share because I think we all have to go through some difficult, you know, you don't come into your highest state of being without some challenges. So I want to be able to assist people on their journey so that not everybody has to go through the challenges that I went through in the way that I went through them, because, you know, there was near-death experiences and a whole lot of potentially traumatizing events, but it actually really renewed my faith. It instead of letting those challenges bring me down, and it actually made me stronger. Like, it made me rise into my Empress energy. And I feel so much more like the spiritual warrior that I was born to be, having gone through those. So in a way, all of the negativity that was being thrown at me just made me stronger. It was like a testing ground, and it allowed me to step up and to rise up. So it's been a wonderful thing. The animal. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. The animal demands we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into the animal energy. Well, I think that's a really great message when we're talking about what it is that, I said we needed to, I suggested that we go into nature. Think about what it is that needs to be destroyed. Get involved in some rewilding practices. And it's funny because that's exactly what I was just talking about with, my journey to get here, to this place. Rewilding. What else? What other message do we have for the collective about this rewilding process? Root chakra. All right, so we're really getting in and fixing up some of this sacral energy here. Root chakra, I have everything I need. All right, guys, this is your message for today. I will be back with you again shortly. I think I'm going to try to be posting my messages. Some of my favorite readers post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I think I'm going to do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That way we're not doubling up. A lot of them read for 144 as well, so I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.